Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Pain. Pain. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the sun is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle love without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like to cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, right. To the nice end, yeah, yeah. To the nice end, I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Still, Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just get a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good, and it's the best side.
Welcome back to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 50, the Big 50 Ball. We are back here on another great Wednesday evening to bring you some UFC recap, some MLB, some NFL, basically all the sports that you need to know that's been happening in the past week, and all four of the boys are joining you. We got McDilly, we got Luke, we got Tycho, and we have the Wanderer. So, you know the question that I'm going to ask. Boys, how are we doing?
We're doing good. Good Wednesday.
Love to hear it.
It's almost St. Patrick's Day. God bless
Yes,
America.
it is. Gotta love Irish Day.
Are you Irish, Luke?
Yes. Yes, I am.
How have you not come across this yet, Dylan?
I'm going to be honest. I knew what Luke's main thing was, but I always figured the way that he likes to drink, he had a little bit Irish.
What?
Run that back.
It's what?
I didn't know the word for it. What is it? Is it religion or is it culture?
I knew I was gonna set you up, but I didn't think I was gonna set you up this bad.
I don't know the word for it.
Nationalities.
Yes, nationality. That's the word I'm looking for.
Fucking religion!
I knew his main nationality, but
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
know if he was Irish or not. Damn it.
Okay, well, yeah, it's almost St. Patrick's Day. We're happy to be here tonight, so let's roll. We got some NFL news to kick off things, and we got a couple things here. So we're going to start off with the things that aren't quarterback related, because almost everything is quarterback related. So we're going to start off with the Cardinals being the only team to charge players for meals at their facility. You think that wouldn't have to happen, but they're like, well, we're paying you millions of dollars. You can pay for the fucking food. Well, that's kind of messed up in my opinion. But Dylan, you got anything more on this?
Yeah, so essentially this was all reported when the NFLPA did their grading of the top organizations, worst organizations, and one of the biggest reports that came out from this was that there's the only team in the NFL that they go to lunch where all the other players would like buy their meals, and it's the same thing how everyone else, like you go in line, you say, oh, I want some chicken, I want some broccoli, get a little fried rice, and you eat your meal and you leave. So like everyone else, you would think, okay, you're fine. But then at the end of the week, when you get the extra fucking $200 on your card for, oh, every meal that I had this week was charged, that's how they fuck you.
That is so messed up.
So yeah, that's what they're doing in Arizona.
At the end of every week, oh, here's your bill. Don't forget your tab.
Yep. There's an extra
Oh my
$200 on here for that chicken you got. Remember when we said you want some more chicken, and you were like, "Sure, why not?"
Oh, the
That was
O
an extra
lineman and
$30.
D lineman gotta hate it there.
Oh, it's fucked.
Coach tells
my
me I gotta
goodness.
eat 3,500 calories by 12, but y'all want to charge me $200.
I can't
Yeah,
pay what y'all want me to eat.
that's effed up. I can't believe the Cardinals do that, but we're gonna move on to the quarterback stuff now. Dylan sent me that. I felt the need to mention it.
Thought it was interesting.
All right, first thing we got, Geno Smith signs an extension with Seattle, putting him there for 3 more years. How are we feeling about this? He had a breakout season last year with Seattle. Definitely had a better year than Russell Wilson did. But is it the right move?
We are happy for that, man. Who would have thought 5 years ago you would have been saying Geno Smith's gonna get $100 million?
Who would have thought last year I'd be telling you that the next year he would be making $52 million that next year? You know what I mean?
Didn't Geno Smith literally make like $1 million last year?
Yep.
Yes,
Like
he made
just
$1 million.
1
Now
million?
he is making $52 million just next year. He's getting more than half of his deal next year. So he could get injured after next year. He's going to be fine.
Well, I mean, as long as it doesn't get too much into his head with the big money now, I mean, this could easily blow up in Seattle's face, but unless Geno keeps being a stud out there, it won't.
Yeah, I think it really is smart that they gave most of the money to him next year, only because of the fact that, I mean, who knows? He had a breakout season last year, but if it all hits the shitter, at least he already got his money.
I mean,
up
how many
front
guys
year,
do you
and then the next couple of years aren't as bad.
how many guys do you see pop off, have a really good year, then they ultimately can't follow it up the following year?
Prime example,
plenty of
Russell
times.
Wilson. He just got that fat money and then didn't do nothing. But what I was going to say is my only worry with Geno was the last time that he made this much money was when he was, the rookie breakout star for the Jets, and then he went on to throw a lot of interceptions. So I just hope that the money
didn't work out.
change how he plays.
All right, let's talk about another quarterback. This one is a two-parter, but it's more interesting for sure. Lamar Jackson gets the non-exclusive franchise tag from the Baltimore Ravens. For those of you that do not know what the non-exclusive franchise tag is, non-exclusive franchise tag, can you stop fucking clapping your hands? You think I'm not going to educate the people?
Sorry, I can't be happy.
Anyways, I can't concentrate with you clapping. So, anyways, non-exclusive franchise tag means that other teams can now talk to Lamar Jackson. However, if they are offering a contract, the contract can be matched by Baltimore, and then he remains a Raven. But if the deal is not matched or Lamar goes to the other team that Lamar goes to is then owed, or they then owe 2 first-round draft picks to Baltimore. So
that's what
it could get interesting, but we're not sure. So first off, does anybody think that he's not going to end up in Baltimore?
Me. He's not going to end up in Baltimore. Baltimore has a history of this. They're going to take the 2 first-round picks. I already know, and I'm laughing my ass off because the options of the table of where he's going to end up is just funny to me because there's the prime option of where should he go, and then he's not going to go there because where should he go? Atlanta. Everything sets up when you wake up in the morning and Arthur Smith goes, "Oh my God, Desmond Ridder is still my quarterback right now and for the future." No, okay, that's the obvious spot. But when you look at landing ports where he's probably going to end up somewhere like the Colts or something, I think it makes me laugh. He's not staying in Baltimore. Fuck no. He's got no receivers and he's not getting the money.
Well, I mean, I think he's probably going to still end up in Baltimore, in my opinion. But I was kind of sick about seeing an offshore book that had the Detroit Lions as favorites to get this man. I'm like, every person I've had a conversation that's a fan of the Detroit Lions wants to stay far away from this man and don't want him coming to our team. And I cannot believe that they have us as the favorites.
Because when his legs go, so does Lamar.
Yeah, didn't that offshore book have us at like 3-1?
3-1, yes.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Sickening.
I'm good. We have a good situation going on over here. The offense is not designed for a running quarterback.
Yeah, and apparently Jared Goff is now the number 3 quarterback in the NFC as of today. So I guess we're good, man.
No, the NFC is not great.
I know, but damn it, my bad.
That list of those 8 quarterbacks,
Dylan. It was a good joke.
Man, I like this for Lamar because that means another team can talk to him. But I don't like how all these teams are deciding not to talk to him that wanted to talk to Deshaun Watson. And I feel like he didn't play 2 years. Lamar's shown you what he can do. Yeah, he got injured last season and didn't play, but like he has an MVP under his belt. So I just think it's crazy. Like somebody like the Panthers don't even want to talk to him.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's got to be something else there.
I think there's collusion.
Yeah, no, I seen a list.
There could be collusion.
I seen a list, but it was like a couple days ago, so I forgot what exact teams are on the list. But most of them that were like in the spot of saying they were not going to pursue him, all basically were in a very shitty QB situation, which I thought was hilarious.
Right, because even
Like,
the teams that need him, they don't want him, and it's funny. Because Lamar Jackson is a very fraudulent cornerback, and a lot of people get blinded by that because he's had an MVP season. But if you look at if you look at his 4 years in the league, he's had 2 years where he's played bad. He's had 2 years he's played good.
Hold on.
I wouldn't say fraudulent. I'd say injury prone.
Lamar
he got injured just last year.
46 and 16 in the games he's played. We are not going to do this right now.
I already did it.
He's only not played. Let me get this number. I want to get it out of my head.
He's not injury prone. He just got hurt last year.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of injuries, and he's a winning quarterback.
He's not a winning quarterback.
Bro, look up every year his stats. He ends up as a winning quarterback.
Look. Can he win games in the regular season? Yes. Can he win when it counts? Fuck no.
How many playoff games has he played?
2?
How many receivers?
How many receivers has 3. He's played in 3, and he's won 1 against Tennessee, and he's lost 2.
And we've never seen him with a good offense, a truly good offense.
Right.
You can't say it. So,
but the thing about Lamar is
I think he can lead a team to the Super Bowl.
But the thing about Lamar is that Lamar, in my opinion, does not have a big time window of him being this good quarterback, or in your opinion, as good of a quarterback as winning of a quarterback as he is for long. I think the time window is very short for him. And I think if you do think he's going to win a Super Bowl, it would have to be in the next couple of years because Lamar is in a Mike Vick situation, Jesse. Lamar is in a Deshaun Watson situation, Jesse. When his legs go, he's not looking too well. Now, obviously, it's not the same exact thing. But what I'm saying is he is a running quarterback, and he has been a man who, when he doesn't have plays, he goes to his legs. And when his legs were hurt last year, when he was injured and he wasn't able to make plays with his legs, what happened? He was an average quarterback, just like
because he had an average team. No top 5 quarterback has an average team.
I'd like to mention he didn't finish the last 2 seasons because of injury.
This is true. And I think that trend is not going to decrease anytime soon with the way that he plays. I think that Dylan makes a good point when he says that Lamar Jackson has probably like 3 or 4 years of good football left. That'll be his prime because he's 26. But when Lamar Jackson is 31, 32, it's not going to be good.
It's not going to be like Rodgers and Brady. Yeah.
If he gets one bad ACL injury, it's gonna be wraps. Like he does not have the arm that all these other quarterbacks had, or not had, but have. So like when he can't run and get out of the pocket, it's not gonna be the same. Like he's not Tom Brady.
Like his arm gets disrespected. We saw the way he used to hit a receiver that's only like 5'10", 5'9", and
when he rolls out 10 yards around the outside of the pocket and then lofts it up there, yeah, he's accurate most of the time. Sometimes he's not, but it's not normally like it's not like those aren't like 3-step drops firing it. That's run around.
Is he faltered? Is he faltered by having a mediocre offense? Yes. I agree with you on that. That's a big reason why I want him out of Baltimore. But the thing is that at the end of the day, I think if he doesn't go to a high-profile offense in the next couple of years, then he's not going to have a Super Bowl run.
Probably not.
I think
he will win a lot of games on his own, but not enough. All right. Next quarterback we have is another quarterback that was asking for some money, but didn't exactly get what he was looking for. Giants signed Daniel Jones to a 4-year, $160 million
Still too much money.
deal. Yeah. I mean, tell me how you really feel about Daniel Jones. Jeez.
It's still too much money, man. The fact that Daniel Jones is making $50 million a year is funny.
Yeah, this is another one of those that could just blow up in a team's face. But, I mean, he had a good season last year. I'm not going to say great season. He had a good season. Did he deserve this? Probably not. But,
No.
I guess there's
But they weren't going to start over, I guess, right?
Yeah, because there's not really that many options they can just throw in there.
We'll give you the league. We'll give you like a little under the league average right now, right about the league average, and we're going to keep going here. We're going to keep trucking along. Yeah, see what Dable's got.
They're still giving them Saquon because I'm pretty sure they franchise tag Saquon. So I mean, still got that dual threat in the back.
Got to keep the main pieces
and run it.
Listen,
especially with these Aaron Rodgers to the Jets rumors, got to keep your main pieces here.
I may have called him Vanilla Vic in the past, but I didn't mean it that way. In no way, shape, or form is he worth 4 years, 160 million. They're going to get the results of overpaying this man.
But he got the league average.
Nah, bro, that's not the point. The point is that
salary cap keeps going up. They're gonna keep getting more.
Daniel Jones.
What really matters
is making $40 million a year, and that's my problem.
As long as he's not making any more 80-yard runs, where he's probably gonna fall and trip before he gets to the end zone, he might be good.
I don't feel like
that's what they got Saquon for.
There's a lot of young people that are not that good at quarterback that are probably seeing this right now that are being like, you know what, fuck it. If he can make it $40 million a year, I can do it. So he's probably an inspiration to a lot of people. See how I spun that into a positive?
I really couldn't believe it when I saw this.
What do we got next?
It really took me by storm.
I really can't find what I'm looking for, but what really matters is how much of percentage of a cap hit that is on the Giants.
When they're in a spot in 3 years, when they have a salary cap problem and we go back to this, and it's just
they won't.
We laugh even harder.
They won't.
They have money. They have money.
They will not have a salary cap problem because they will not have a salary cap problem because of this contract in the future, I promise.
Okay.
They will not. Next thing.
It's not happening.
Big thing. Titans talking King Henry trades. We will mute Dylan until everyone else has spoken because he has a lot to say. So, Jesse, if King Henry was to leave Tennessee, the failing franchise that is about to fall to pieces, where would you like to see him go?
Please.
It would basically be a rental for like a year, maybe two.
He can go
look up his contract.
He can go anywhere except the Bills.
But what if he does?
If I see Derrick Henry has been traded to the Buffalo Bills, there's no way they don't want a Super Bowl, right? Like, there's no way that offense. He needs to go to I don't know where. He's not going anywhere.
Just not Miami, please.
I'd send him to Miami because I don't want to see him on the fucking Eagles or the Bills.
There's no way.
Well, I looked up his contract. His contract does end at the end of next season. His contract is up, so it would be a 1-year rental for $12 million on a cap hit.
Yeah, and Philly might be pissed off enough to where they might make a move to try and get that behemoth of a fucking legend on his team.
Bro, they're trying to. The NFL is talking about getting rid of that stuff play that the Eagles did on 4th and 1 over and over again. Can you imagine? The Eagles are like, all right, I guess we can't do the stuff play anymore. We'll just get Derrick Henry.
he is the stuff.
I personally think that if Derrick Henry does get traded, it'll be to the Buffalo Bills, and it'll make everybody sick to their stomach except for Buffalo Bills fans, and then Buffalo will go on a run. But I think that any team that is going to get Derrick Henry is shooting for the Super Bowl because they're running out of time, and Buffalo Bills fit that mold perfectly, in my opinion. If he was going to leave, that's where I think he'd go.
I'd like to see.
I don't think he will, but if they moved him, I think they would go to Buffalo. Buffalo would give him whatever they wanted because they're like, we don't need draft picks. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. So,
I mean, if we're being real, the Dolphins need to get this man so that a lot of attention gets attracted to Henry, and Henry's doing a lot more plays and less likely of a chance for Tua not
it's all
to
going to
take
come back to Tua. It always comes back to Tua with this guy.
You got to protect this man.
All right, Dylan, what do you got?
All right, so after thinking, this is all some bullshit because if A.J. Brown never got traded, this man would re-sign probably a big, lengthy deal, and he'd be a Titan for a good amount of time, and I'd be a happy camper. And you know what? A.J. Brown got traded, and then Bud Dupree left, and now the defense is leaving. Now we just have Treylon Burks. And then Derrick Henry kills me to say this, but if he's a smart man, he would get off that ship as it is sinking. If he goes to Buffalo, I'll be okay because I love Josh Allen and I want Buffalo to win the Super Bowl. If he goes to any other team, I will be crushed into every other place possible and imaginable. And lastly, if he goes to Miami, I need a couple weeks off the podcast. That's how I feel.
The Bills are just like the fucking Maple Leafs. They choke in playoffs.
I'd be happy with the Bills because I've already been rooting for the Bills. And then if the Bills can get Derrick Henry, then I know that he's going somewhere here. He's going to be utilized, and he's still going to be spotlighted, and he's still going to be going for a Super Bowl. And he's not just going to a team that's going to fill him for a year like Tennessee will. Or Miami will. Yeah. Yeah, I said it.
Hey, the Bills are just choke artists when it comes to playoff time. So I don't know if you'd want to go there.
Look, I'd rather have him choke in the playoffs.
Maple Leafs and Amy said.
I know he's not going to get there in Tennessee.
Either way, the Titans are going to be bad next year.
Bro, I know we're going to be bad, okay? Here's the thing. Dude, you don't understand. That A.J. Brown trade literally changed the entire fucking organization. The second A.J. Brown was traded and everybody else realized, well, this team isn't going to be shit. We're just mediocre. And now everybody's leaving. It's so fucked. He would have stayed. He would have been we would have been a 10-win team, and we would have been consistently getting more pieces.
Shoulda, coulda, would have been, Dylan.
Because I feel like in normal situations, the QB makes the receivers a lot better. But in that situation, A.J. Brown, the receiver, made Tannehill look a lot better than what he actually was.
Yes. Yes, and the second he left, we all saw Tannehill play how he plays. Like shit. Because he's not a quarterback.
What is he?
That was going to be my next question.
He's a wooden spoon. He's a wooden walking spoon on the fucking field. And when you see him and he gets too hard every time, he cracks in fucking half and he's got to sit out for the next game. He's a wooden spoon.
He said Tannehill.
All right, well, that's how he feels about Tannehill. Let's see how he feels about this next one.
Oh my God.
Signed quarterback Derek Carr to a 4-year deal.
Listen, I wanted Alvin Kamara to get out, and now I want it even more because I am a Raiders. You know, I fuck with the Raiders. I fuck with the Saints. But I've watched Derek Carr have weapons and do nothing with it.
Wait. You fuck with the Raiders?
I do fuck with the Raiders.
You fuck with the Saints?
I do fuck with the Saints.
Is this not like the best of both worlds, kind of?
No.
Or would it have been better if Alvin Kamara?
You still got to deal with Derek Carr.
This is the thing. I wanted a different quarterback in both places. So
this is the worst of both worlds.
Yeah, you still got Derek Carr.
Now you hear me because I still got Carr, and I've had Carr's back before. I've said Carr just sometimes he gets a little reckless. Sometimes he decides to make outlandish plans, and sometimes he fumbles.
So
I don't think Chris Olave is the answer. He had Devontae Adams. Is the defense? Is the defense that was choking away games last year?
Yeah.
Demario Davis, he's got Jordan,
He
he's got
had a
Tyrann
fucking
Matthew.
terrible
Let me just put it
Probably
this way
looking
right
at the
now,
veterans
Jesse.
on that defense.
Las Vegas Raiders quarterbacks right now are Jarrett Stidham and Chase Garbers. So,
Hey,
I mean, look what a terrible defense.
Lamar to Vegas.
Hey,
Listen.
Rodgers to Vegas.
Bring back Ruggs. We good.
hey,
We good.
hey, if we want to. If we want to see
Let him
what terrible
hallucinate on the
defense
strip.
does to a quarterback that can actually produce, I mean, we can go look back at the past Dallas Cowboys when Dak was putting up like 30, 40 fucking points a game, and they were still losing that because their defense couldn't prevent shit from happening.
Very true.
I think Derek Carr is going to be a lot like Jameis Winston. He's going to sling that deep ball out probably a lot because we know that he likes it. I think there will be less interceptions. And I think that the biggest factor in all of this is that when you look at the Saints division, it's not a whole lot of comp right now. So this could honestly, for a lot of teams, it would be mediocre.
Hey, not yet.
Wait,
Can't say anything yet. It's way too early. We haven't had free agency or a draft.
Wait. What I'm going to say is, for a lot of teams, this would be a mediocre-sized team. But for their division, they could have a shot at winning the division.
Can I leave on one note? I'm gonna leave this my last piece of little info. You know who was 6-8 in their last? I mean, no, they were 6-9.
8 plus 6 is 14.
They were 6-9 in the games they played last season. Then they also have a winning record in their career and played for the Saints, but got dropped for a man who went 6-9 last year and has a losing record overall.
Who's
That's
that man?
Andy Dalton Andy Dalton getting dropped and Derek Carr being brought in. You paid Andy Dalton like $2 million to do what Derek Carr could possibly do for you for $100.
Hey, not everyone makes good decisions. Let's see what decisions you guys are going to make. We got questions coming up next.
Hit me.
All right, you're about to get hit. I'm going to smack you with these questions. So, as everyone might know from the sheer title of today's podcast, today's questions are based on lottery questions because everyone was talking about the guy that spent $25 million on a house after he just won the lottery. So today's questions are lottery-based questions. So, the first question we have is, what is the most expensive purchase that you would make after you won the Powerball? We'll start with Luke. Most expensive purchase. Muted.
This is a very good question. And it would come down to, it would probably be a house at the end of the day, but I'd be looking at possibly a pretty expensive car that looks super fucking nice, or the nicest kayak in the world, but that still probably wouldn't even come close to even fucking near that type of cost.
Probably.
But you know,
it wouldn't be a kayak anymore after all the upgrades.
a kayak made straight out of fucking gold.
Golden, yeah.
That bitch is sinking, bro. Dylan, most expensive purchase.
I don't know if I buy like a house or I'm not like a nice car guy. Can I buy like a? Can I get a son? Buy a kid.
Excuse me? You think that's the most expensive purchase you're gonna
All
make?
right, Dylan's done. Jesse, Dylan's trying to buy kids.
No,
anyways,
like I want
would like
a son,
to change my answer.
but I don't want a wife.
Send Dylan off to.
How much is true love? Can I buy that?
Dylan? Something materialistic, my friend.
Jesus, Dylan. Listen, we'll come back to you. I know you got something better in your head, in that head of yours. So we'll come back to you. Me, in my head, it's gonna cost me the most money. So you know how people get those like statues in front of their house, and like some people have lion statues. So I want to have wolf statues, but my wolf statues is kind of like, it's like they will move. Like they kind of got like a Hey Siri activation, and they will come off of their podiums and like do what needs to be done. I'm catching my drift.
What the bro? That's
I think that question,
so you got like robot wolves on the property.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
You
my
have
car.
robot wolves on the property, and they're like attack dogs, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Dylan, anything along those lines?
I could buy a dragon. That would
Bro, there.
Hold on. Jesus.
cool.
You got the
Oh my
plug.
god.
That's why you don't do drugs, kids. No, like an animal that nobody else
Coming up
has.
next, Dylan buys a unicorn. All right,
No.
next question.
Dragons
Next
are
question.
real.
No, hold up. I'm changing my answer to a goddamn fucking yacht.
Hey, there you go.
That is a good one. All right, next question.
Wait, Todd,
Would
what
you
are
live?
buying?
I didn't say what I was buying. Sometimes I don't even answer these questions.
Talk to me.
Let's see. What would I buy?
I care.
Honestly, I would have like a normal person house because I feel like I don't want to put a target on my back. But it would also be like in the middle of nowhere, and I would probably spend the most money on probably a really fucking badass truck. Not gonna lie.
So you're just gonna get
I don't need a yacht. I just
Spend it on land.
some land.
That's why, yeah, the land might be more in my house for sure. Just give me as many acres in Montana as we got. But probably the truck, maybe. I don't know. It depends on like. I don't know. I gotta do the math on how much expensive like these things really are. I have no idea. Was it more expensive to get 200 acres, or more expensive to like get the most souped up truck I've ever seen? Maybe a monster truck.
You need a ladder.
Yeah, monster truck.
I'm about to go build.
Yeah, you need a ladder. But I souped up the monster truck, so the ladder just comes right down.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Am I
Question
allowed
number
to
2.
use my money to like get things? Like, can I bribe people with
Think about it.
money?
Okay.
Dylan, you're a horrible person, and we're
Pause.
moving on to the next question.
At the end of the podcast, I'm gonna get back to you personally and ask you what the hell is going on with you with money. 'Cause
It wasn't like
I don't
that.
understand where you think you should be spending money. And
Dylan
you
can never have money, is what we're learning. All right. If you won the Powerball, you now have a bunch of money. You have 2 options. Would you live in a neighborhood with famous people if given the chance? Like, there's a bunch of other famous people, like people that you're like, you would fanboy over or whatever, right? So you have the opportunity to live in that community because a house just opened up and you have the money. Are you moving in or are you not moving in? Are you moving somewhere else?
Hell no.
No.
No, I'm going far away. Man, I'm getting cool ass crib. Probably only gonna cost me like 400 max K. Not even really, nothing like that. Like 400,000. Straight chilling. I'm probably across. I got a crackhead 3 streets down. It's cool. I ain't even tripping. That's all I need.
Absolutely not. From what we constantly find out of us celebrities is they can always, most of the time, be straight fucking assholes to deal with, to probably live by. I don't even want to deal with that type of headache. You can catch me out on my fucking yacht in the fucking nice big open water, partying my fucking ass off and not dealing with that headache.
Dylan?
Do I get to pick the celebrities?
No.
Let's say there's 10
Like, is
celebrities.
Selena Gomez my next door neighbor?
Sure, Dylan.
I'm moving the fuck in. Yes. If
Okay.
McGregor across the street, Selena Gomez is my neighbor. I got a couple houses down. It's Miguel Cabrera. Bro, I am the happiest man alive.
Okay,
Yeah.
but now let's backtrack here. What makes you think any of these people will talk to you?
Hey man, I got a lot of money and I can throw a good party.
You're just gonna get to know all the security guards.
Party with the money I have.
Oh.
Like, I just moved in. I want to get to know everybody. And you know how the celebrities, I'm gonna be like, wait, you live here, and you live here, and you live here. I'm doing it. I'm moving in.
What makes you think McGregor's even going to be there if he lives there? Because he's going to be out with me. We're going to have
No,
both
he's
yachts
not,
going
because
side
you
by
live
side,
far away
and
from
we're
the
going to be going
neighborhood.
nuts.
You live in another continent, and we are in our neighborhood.
Us Irishmen are going to be partying our asses
The
off
odds
with their
of
yachts.
one of you winning the
next to-
fucking Powerball is insane. The odds of both of you winning it and then competing for McGregor's companionship. This conversation has gone too far.
I'd pay to see it.
I'm not living.
I'll just be
with
like,
those
hey,
people. I'm living in the middle of nowhere.
Connor, I'm Irish. You're Irish. I love Proper 12. You made Proper 12.
And
We're
I
best
just
fucking
bought your
friends
yacht.
now.
Anyways, if you had to bring your winnings with you to the casino and bet half of your winnings, you have to bet.
You know it.
What are you betting on?
this shit isn't even a fuck. We really need to ask me this. We already know. Motherfucking, we're going to that individual zero, that European roulette, and we're smashing it all on green fucking beans, baby.
Oh, you're going for He's trying to bankrupt the casino.
That's gonna be my
Wow,
casino
okay, so
after
what was
that.
it? 900 million is what the latest Powerball winner got. So 450 million on green beans.
Bro, they're not letting you.
Hey Siri, what's 450 million times 36?
450 million times 36 is 16,200,000,000.
Let's
Robbing the
rake, baby.
casino.
Yeah,
Jesse,
not
what are
letting
you
you.
playing? What are you
um,
playing?
You know, I'm gonna go do a nice hand of blackjack.
No.
Yup.
You're
I
gonna
want-
leave it up to your
want
mind over the
21.
dealer?
I want 21.
The only time I went to the roulette casino, I played blackjack and I won. So that's what I'm doing and hoping I win again.
You know how hard I would
There's my
sweat.
answer.
All right, you want my answer? What I would do? I'm putting it all on black.
Yup.
But be smart about it. Go to the local. I go to Soaring Eagle. Okay, not local, but I go to Soaring Eagle. I drive over to Central. I find some freshmen. I say, "Have you ever been to the casino?" If they say no, I give them the money to put on one blackjack hand, because I guarantee you they will win because it's their first time ever at the casino. And then I will give them half of the winnings because I already have the other half of my winnings, and I will proceed.
Honestly, I'm kind of
Beginner's luck.
shocked. Kind of shocked you wouldn't throw on red alongside the red 3.
Look, man,
That
if I'm betting straight numbers,
consistently hits.
Look. Luke, if I'm betting straight numbers, I'm betting 3. Following the pattern, red 3. But if I'm walking up to the table
Bro.
blind, I'm betting fucking black.
Bro, imagine the method and just
Yes.
throwing a grand to 100 grand at a time. Oh my god.
All right, we got one more question. If you had to invest in one business with half your winnings, what are you investing the money into?
Easy, Pornhub.
What the?
That's why you don't do drugs, kid. Next question.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Bonk, you just got sent to horn.
What's going on, guys? Tycho here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com.
Well,
I just
I
needed to
would
take a second there.
You expect coverage.
Hey, going global. That's a good one.
We're going
That's a good
big.
idea. I'm going half and half. Half of that's going to Sharps.
I knew it. It was on my head. It was on my head. I was gonna flip it. I ain't say it.
I already gave my answer.
All right, Luke.
Apple.
Nah.
Bro, they're about to have
Apple.
the iLuke coming out in 2027.
Yes. Yes.
The iLuke, because he invested so much fucking money. That's not a bad idea, though. You'll definitely get your money back.
You need to replace Siri. Siri needs a new voice. Insert.
It's gonna be my voice.
It's Luke.
Nah, Luke, and Luke's just gonna do different accents.
And it's gonna be with the, and I
He's
won't
gonna
get
have
the
a girl
tooth,
voice and a boy voice, and then different accents for each.
and it's gonna be with the chipped tooth. So some of the words are gonna be fucked up.
No, that's just for your Dale.
That would be so great.
That could
man.
be for your free guy.
That's great.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, that wraps up Tycho's tub of questions. We learned today that Dylan can officially never have money. So that was fun.
Dylan,
Doing the
if I
horn
won the
dog.
lottery, I'm giving you a financial advisor, then giving him the money and never telling you.
That's facts.
And then
I think the only way to ensure his success, or else it would all be gone
Look,
so quickly.
I'm not living
Or
to
Dylan
be
would
smart
be dead.
like you guys. I'm just living to have fun. All right.
And
He's
that's
gonna
why you can never have
He's-
money.
You know how we were talking about how all these Powerball winners and like lottery winners go broke quick as fuck? That's gonna be him.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
110%. But coming up next on today's podcast, we have some picks for you, starting off with the Puck Luck picks as usual. So let's get into that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Ride the Tide Sports Podcast Picks of the Day.
So just to start
right.
it, I have to say this: everything lined up with the games and stuff. I really couldn't line up a good bottom leagues battle,
Thank
unfortunately.
fucking God.
But we might have to hit 2 for next week because
No!
of this reason.
Yes. Throw
Anyways,
the wings in there. It doesn't matter.
game number 1, we have the Edmonton Oilers headed to Boston to play the Bruins Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The Oilers are 19-10-3 on the road, while Boston is 26-2-3.
Boston is 49-8-5.
Oh my God. Look, man, let me go first. I don't know how you bet against Boston. I'm taking Boston.
Boston at home on ESPN? I mean, fuck. Yeah, give me Boston.
Sounds scripted.
Uh-huh.
Jesse.
Big B.
Luke.
Go with Boston here. You don't bet against
that's
Boston.
sweet.
They're
at their
just the
home
best team in hockey right
Nah.
now. It's not even close.
It totally was scripted because I couldn't stand having the Oilers get fucking taken again from half the pod. Anywho, game number 2. We have the Vegas Golden Knights headed to Carolina Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And the Knights are 17-7-5 on the road. Meanwhile, Carolina is 22-7-2 at home.
They haven't been on the podcast recently, but I've been following them. Carolina's having another fucking great season. They've been rolling, so I'm gonna ride the Canes.
Both these teams are.
No, I'm gonna take the home dogs in this. I'm gonna take them Canes.
Love me some Carolina.
You know, I'm kind of skeptical here. It's either I take a top West team or an East team that's looking good, but now the East is tougher, so I think I'm gonna have to go with the East home team. As good as the West has been, as good as Vegas has been, yeah, I'm going Carolina.
You know, looks like I'm on the lone island. I am taking the Knights. I am hoping Jonathan Quick is starting in this game because it's his revenge tour now. Just got thrown away and slapped to the side like some cheap piece of fucking whore. And, you know, He's pissed. He's mad. He is gunning for a top playoff spot, and he wants to play the Kings in playoffs and knock their ass out. And it starts fucking now.
Shit. I didn't even think about that.
But moving on to game number 3, we have the Minnesota Wild going up against and all the way to Arizona to play the Yotes Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Minnesota is 15-11-4 on the road. Meanwhile, the Yotes are 15-11-3 at home.
You better go first.
Well, we're going Yotes, baby. The pack is here. The pack's gonna prevail. They just have a fucking demon inside them when they play at home.
I mean, you look at the records, and Minnesota's 15 games above 500. Coyotes are 8 games minus 500, but they're at Mullet Arena, so I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ride the Coyotes.
I'm taking Minnesota Wild in this game. Not taking the Yotes. Not today.
Yeah, I don't know if I can bring myself to do it either. That's where I'm at. They're at the Mullet, though. That's like the one thing that's like.
That's where they're an issue.
Fuck it, I'm taking Minnesota. I'm doing it. I can't do it. I'm taking Minnesota. I'm sorry, Luke.
He tried to.
I can't. I
did.
really
We did watch you try to, and then you watched yourself not be able to. So it's okay.
All right, Dylan. Downtown Cash on lock.
Downtown Cash. First game Thursday, 10 o'clock on TNT. The Sacramento Kings, 20-13 at home to the New York Knicks, who are 20-12 on the road.
Jesse.
Can I get skipped?
You can get skipped. I don't know how long everyone else is going to take, but I'm going to take the Knicks.
You know, in this situation, good away record, good home record, you know. Trust in the homeboys.
I'm gonna hop on that with you.
The home team is.
I'm gonna light the old beam in Sacramento. I'm gonna ride the Kings as well.
Jesse, we're back.
Yeah, that was quick. I'm definitely taking De'Aaron Fox and that boy Sabonis.
All right, 3-1. But Tyler does like being on an island.
I do.
All right, second game Friday at 8 o'clock. The Cleveland Cavaliers on the road in Miami. Miami is 21-12 at home, but the Cavaliers' overall record is 41-26.
I was gonna say I don't really care. I'm taking the Cleveland Cavaliers on the road against the Heat.
Cavs over here. Cavs have found their footing.
Give me Miami. Fuck that Cleveland away record.
I'm back with Luke again. I have Miami in this game. I'm riding the Heat at home.
All right. One more. What do we got?
Final game. Saturday, 8:30. Giannis and the Bucks. Curry, the Warriors. Warriors are home, 27-7. Bucks on the road, 20-12.
You're an asshole.
Give me the Bucks. That's my feeling.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me just officially go to Jesse. Okay, Jesse.
All right, I just had to get that out fast. I was like, ain't even a discussion.
Jesse took the Bucks, Ty.
Okay, Luke, you have a better answer?
Well, yes, I do. And it is going to be the Bucks.
Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
All right, I'm hopping on the Warriors. Yeah, it's 2-0 right now against Curry, who's back at Golden State. They're 27-7 at home. I'm going to take the Warriors.
Sorry, was that too much?
I was gonna say, did I make the right choice?
No Dub Nation, baby. I'm taking the Warriors as well. Well, Luke.
Just like that, the candle's lit and the picks are on fire. Christ!
That boy ready for the fire to go out.
That is the
We're
pick.
keeping it dark around here. And those are
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
Well. We got the candlelight now, baby.
I ain't gonna cap. That looks kind of dope.
That is a pretty. I wasn't ready for that. That was really sick.
Anywho, we got some motherfucking UFC, baby. Because we had a wild night. You know, the whole card from the early prelims to the prelims to the main card was just absolutely stacked. But, you know, we're just going to touch base with the main card. And to start it off, we had Bo Nichols submit Jamie Pickett in the first round in 2 minutes and 54 seconds. And, you know, a lot of people expected this. I expected this. I also still don't think he deserved ultimately the main card spot being his first actual UFC fight. You know, he kind of got to earn that shit, but I guess he kind of did with that submission. But at the same time, he was fighting some scrubs. So
And he kicked him in the dick.
Yeah.
Got to point that out. That was something that obviously didn't, change the trajectory,
Well, I feel like
of the fight.
I feel like if he truly kicked him in the dick, he would have been in a lot of pain. Probably would have fell to the ground because that was like a knee. Because he kneed him on like the inside, and then the angle just made it look bad. But also, I can agree with Bo saying he probably would have heard more of a reaction out of him, and he probably would have said something more instead of just like congratulating him, excited for him to see what he's going to do in the sport and tell him to go get that belt. I feel like he wouldn't have been as happy if he lost to a fucking dick shot.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
But moving on to Gamrot taking down Turner after a 3-round decision win, which I can agree with. You know, Gamrot kind of was looking a bit iffy to start the fight.
Turner was piecing him up to start this bitch off.
He really was, and it had me scared. I'm like, oh no, Gamrot's gonna fucking lose this shit. And then he started turning on the afterburners, piecing up Turner. And, you know, the rest is history. He won that decision without a doubt, in 100%. My opinion.
Yeah, that third round was huge. He just ran him the whole third round.
And then the third fight of the night, we have Rachmanov taking on Neal, with Rachmanov basically bouncer chokeholding him, picking up off his feet and choking him out with under a minute to go left into the fight. And it was honestly kind of crazy because
never seen that before.
Never have. He's also... Neal tested him in that fight. He didn't look like he was dominating a whole lot like he should have been from the start. But, you know, at the end of the day, he just, on the feet, picked him up off there and choked him out, you know?
No, that was part of the night, and I think that it was deservedly so. I think that Neal 100% put up a better fight than a lot of people were expecting. But that's what made the fight so good.
I heard Dylan Dennis was watching, and it gave him PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah.
The last time he was at the bar getting choked out by a bouncer. And carried out.
Good. I can't stand that pussy.
I can't either. But anywho, moving on to the co-main event, an absolute shocker with Alexa Grasso defeating Valentina Shevchenko in round 4 with 30 seconds to go with a submission. Not a lot of people saw this coming. Honestly, I'm not too shocked it happened because, I mean, Grasso.
You were pissed.
I was pissed for different reasons.
I know. You'll get into that. I know.
Not because she lost, because that ref in the fight was so donkey dick, basically, to put it lightly. Like there was that there on Valentina had top control on the ground. She was doing a lot, punching her in the face. Grasso was doing the same back while on her back, throwing some shots there too. There was a lot of activity, and the ref's like, "Oh, you know what? This is a good time to stand them up right now, reset them," for no fucking reason at all. Like what? And then Valentina gets her back on the ground. Grasso scrambles and lands like probably 3 to 4 illegal kicks to Valentina's head because she was on the ground, and you can't kick opponents in the head when the opponent is on the ground. But you know, the ref's like, you know what? That's good. That's good to me, baby. That's clean fighting right there. But then after that, you know, Valentina made a massive mistake extending her leg way too much. And
she thought she was a lot farther away.
Grasso took full advantage of that, hopped on her back and submitted her. And oh my God, that was a tight ass grip she had. You literally saw the discoloration in her face. Her like 95% of her face was red, except for where Grasso's arm was around her chin, and there was just a white line just going across how hard she was choking her. Grasso was full of blood. She like trapped all the blood in there.
And it was one of those tabs where the amount of like the quick what I've noticed, okay, when people tap really quick in UFC, it's basically their way of saying I'm about to go to sleep. Like I am going to sleep. This is the last thing I can do.
But you saw a slow tap. It was a one.
That's exactly what I was about to say. So the fact that I saw her do it almost makes me think, was that worse? Would that be worse? Like she physically is like you're falling asleep.
No, that was a tap. No, that was a tap where she didn't want to fucking tap at all, but she knew she had no other choice but to ultimately tap.
Okay, I knew you would provide some insight on that.
But
I always wondered.
At the same time, yes, it was a tap at the end of the day. But what I don't agree with was after one smack to the leg, the ref just started jumping in to break it up. Like, how do you even know that was going to be a tap until after the second tap and multiple taps are coming in? I get you're trying to protect a fighter, but at the same time, how do you know that one smack wasn't just her trying to just do something at that point? But I mean, you go look, she tapped like immediately after that too, after the ref started breaking it up. So it was a tap. But at the end of the day, that ref was dog shit that whole fight.
If you want me to be honest, I think this is going to be very similar to the Amanda Nunes situation where she's going to come back, she's going to get her rematch, and she's going to win her title back.
I think so. It will. I think it will too, because the last couple fights Valentina's had, she's been dominating and just cakewalking through every opponent she's had except for her last couple, where she's been starting 100%. To struggle with, to the point where it's almost seeming like she's almost getting into her own head and kind of almost beating herself in the fights and leaving herself way more exposed than she normally would. And at the end of the day, it is the UFC. It's the fight game. And anything can happen at any given point. You can only reign for so long before you finally make mistakes enough to lose the fight. And, you know, it ended up happening. And Grasso's not one to make a big mistake and let her take her back.
Thanks.
But
now let's get into the GOAT.
To the main event, John Bad Bones motherfucking Jones going up against Cyril Gane. And, you know, we were all excited for a big, nice, grueling fight. But what we got was an absolute domination, easy cakewalk for Jones because he just solidified himself as the GOAT. He's like, yeah, I've been gone for 2 years, but, you know, I can just come back into a weight class that's a weight class of one above me, the heavyweights, put on a shit ton of weight and just make this shit look easy. He said there was a big chance he was going to make it look easy. A lot of people called him crazy for that because who Gane was. I could have seen it going very easy for him with knowing how shit Gane's ground game defense is. And you know, that's John's specialty, if we're being honest. And, you know, that's exactly what happened. You walked over there after eating a dick shot 9 seconds in. And, you know, that was about the only damage he took because after that, walked over there, dropped him to the ground, and submitted him about 3 minutes into the fight.
And that's
or 2
what I think
minutes.
is so funny is because everyone was talking about how, well, the main thing is even though his ground defense is bad, it's so hard to get Gane on the ground because he's not like other heavyweights. He's so quick on his feet. He's so good to move. It took Jones one takedown.
Gane looked scared in there. He
he,
did not
he
look
was
like his
shook, bro.
normal self-confident self where he would be trying to control and just being his elusive self. He looked scared. And he had every right to be because it's John
Yeah,
Jones.
I'm not gonna
Everyone's scared
lie.
of John Jones.
Fuck
And
yeah,
then
bro.
classic DC follows up, oh yeah, give some good words, but at the end of the day, he's always throwing hate at John Jones because he can't handle the fact that John Jones
You caught
decimated
that
him.
too? That pissed me
Yes.
off. That pissed
Then
me off.
was it the last thing I heard him say was him talking about the goat. Oh, I can't give him a goat with all the drugs and all the failed testing and all that shit.
That's what,
Even
yeah.
though USADA themselves came out and cleared Jones by saying that if the test in the past that he's failed took place today, he would have passed and been clean for all the times he didn't pass.
Nah, it made me mad too because the way Rogan set it up, he was basically saying, John, he's the GOAT, right? And John was like, yeah, he's the GOAT. I think he's the GOAT. We all agree he's the GOAT, right, DC? And then DC was like, well, if you're the GOAT, can you be the GOAT if you... And it was just like, bro, you see, what we're trying to do here is say that this is the best professional athlete in your sport right now, okay? Whether your opinion of him, you might not like Tom Brady, but you got to admit, he's the best quarterback in your sport. The fact that he couldn't put that aside for 1 second and just swallow his fucking pride.
made the list!
It pissed me off. So I'm glad that you caught that too.
I did love the fact that John Jones was like, hey, one more thing, and just bat into the mic.
Because he knows he's the GOAT. And the thing is that
love it.
A lot of people that are mad that, I didn't get to see John Jones in a war or something like this. I got a feeling the shape that he's in, if he can stay out of trouble, this is going to be not the first or last fight we see of John Jones this year.
Well, no, he's fighting Stipe.
Right. That's what I'm saying, because that fight is going to be the next fight that's made for them.
It might be a little bit more harder for him in that fight because Stipe has a lot better of a ground game defense.
And he's been a heavyweight
But
forever.
at the same time, I mean, John Jones is just known for playing into other people's weaknesses, outclassing people in their own strengths, and just showing that he is the GOAT, the one and only, the man who shouldn't even have a loss because he got disqualified in a fight he was dominating and threw one illegal shot. It was like another situation of Peter Yan, except, he didn't fold away and just continue to lose after that.
I agree. But overall, I think that we can both agree and say that, like, from the prelims, like you said before, the whole way through, this was a banger card.
It really was. And, I mean, it's the beginning of March. We had a banger of a pay-per-view last month in February. That this is completely different from the year 2022. When it gets to the end of the year, I feel like it's going to be a very hard decision picking the best pay-per-view of the year because we already have two highly good contenders that are already in the mix.
That's what we want, though. We want to be at the end of the year and be like, fuck, I don't know. They were all good.
But that's all we got for UFC recap. If you missed 285, that sucks to be you. Next time, buy the next pay-per-view, and you might be able to get to fucking see it. Okay? Still a lot more great fights coming up.
Well, Luke said, if you missed it, that's on you. But with that, we're going to bring in Jesse O, and we're going to roll into the NBA news.
I couldn't find... Oh, sorry. I thought we was going into
baseball. You're good. What are you saying?
Nope. I thought we was going into baseball. I'm a fool.
Oh, okay. I got you. You'll save that for baseball. I got you. All right. So. First thing. Sorry, I had to get there. First thing that we have is last night, Paul Gasol's jersey was officially retired for the Lakers. It was a very emotional ceremony. Obviously, Paul, his biggest thing was knowing that him and Kobe always talked about them jerseys being retired next to each other, and that became a reality last night. Paul was emotional. We had his family. We had Kobe's family. We had a lot of legends in LA last night, and it was a big deal, and it was fun to watch for the basketball community. Jesse, do you have any comments on this?
I love that Gasol got his number retired in LA. Had to happen. We knew it was going to happen. It's a shame Kobe couldn't be there with him. But at the end of the day, it's a great thing. But I really want to talk about the fact that shout out the Lakers for giving out actual jerseys
Yeah.
at every seat. That's hard.
They gave and what's crazy is they gave the yellow Laker the same jersey that was being retired, which is wild because normally obviously you're referencing, most people would just give out towels, shirts, something commemorative of that nature. But I mean, a jersey is probably one of the best things you can get. All right, next thing that we have is I got a little piece of stat news I want to drop on you, and I just want to let you give your thoughts. All right, of course Tyler worded it like that. So since Russell has joined the Clippers are 1-5 and have moved from the 4th seed to the 8th seed in the West, while the Lakers have moved from the 13th seed out of the playoffs to the 9th seed in the play-in and have been 7-3. Is Russ playing double agent? I'm just gonna let you speak.
So, I don't think that's what's trying to happen here. I don't think Russ is playing double agent. I think it's just
it's so hard not to laugh.
It's hard to fit Russ into a team. I don't think Russ is garbage, but at the same time,
he's not garbage. But the problem is that
it looks
the problem is the numbers don't lie.
The numbers.
He might be garbage.
All right. So my thing is, I don't think Russell Westbrook is garbage, but I think that I don't think Russell Westbrook does better with players. Like he does better when it's just him, when he's the main guy, when all eyes are on nobody else but him. But the problem is now at his career, I feel like if he was on a team like that, they would just suck because Russell isn't good enough to where he could be the one guy to carry a team right now.
Start what you just said with "Is Russ garbage?" and say no, and then talk about how he's garbage.
He's gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
You just broke down how
he can. What do you call it? He can ball when it's him and one guy. He needs his one guy. He needs his Paul George. He needs his KD. He needs his where did he go? Washington. Bradley Beal. He needs his where did he go in the Rockets? Fucking CP3. He needs his somebody else. One other guy. It's weird. He's a weird motherfucker, okay? He works in weird ways.
He should have never left OKC.
He should have never left OKC, and he probably would have. I'm going to be honest. If he would have never left OKC, I can't say he should have never, but if he would have never,
if he never
probably wouldn't have fell off like he is now.
They wouldn't have. I'm happier for OKC with what they're building than having Russ.
No, OKC's and they're happy with the
this was personal This was personally just what would be best for Russ.
Yeah,
probably not ever leaving.
He should have chilled out when he was in Washington and just collected the bag.
Yeah, I agree. And then the final thing that we have for NBA is it was officially announced today. Ja Morant has been suspended 50 games for.
We didn't go live.
What did you say?
Fake news. We ain't announcing that because it's fake news.
That's fake. That's fake news.
Check your sources.
He's suspended for 50 games because that video was taken in a place where the team would have had to have been on the plane. And if he had the gun on the plane, he gets suspended for 50 games for carrying a firearm on the plane.
So he would have been.
No, he can. It depends on when the video.
It has nothing has been confirmed.
That's the rule. If you're on
that could happen
with a gun, you have to be suspended for 50 games.
If
you carry a weapon on a plane.
I saw. Okay, you're right. I'm looking at it right now. Could possibly be suspended for 50 games. Gotcha. Thank you for.
Don't put Dylan on the newspaper team. Gee.
No, but you know what the thing is that the amount of shit that I've seen every day, he's not helping his case. That every day I see, Ja did this. Oh wait, then he did this. Oh wait, then he got
suspended for. He got suspended for 2 games, but he's taking a personal 4 more games away. And yeah, His dad said that he played basketball and he might have had some bad friends around, but they made sure.
Might have had some bad friends.
They made sure. His
He was
dad,
so pure.
whatever he's trying to prove right now is stupid.
Look at Happy Ja. Kid Ja. All he wanted to do was be a thug. Come on, Dad. Do I have to play basketball? I want to be a thug.
Makes me sad. Really does. But Jesse, when we were starting into MLB,
who do you look at around the league as you're studying and say, we're going to have to run through them?
Celtics.
No one in the West.
No. I'm fine in the West.
All right, Jesse. We know he's fine in the West. We know.
Who do you look at around the league as you're...
Did Jesse leave?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, I was going to say, Jesse, you...
He just wasn't answering you, and I had to do it again.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get put in the frame, so I was just chilling.
Who do you look at around the league as you're studying and...
When, what were you originally saying? You first came in, baseball.
Oh, Max Scherzer. I didn't know that since they got the new pitch thing for the catcher and the pitcher to speak to each other and
Yeah.
He does his own. He calls his pitches now.
Oh, okay. So
the catcher isn't calling Scherzer's pitches. Scherzer's telling the catcher what he's pitching.
I actually really like that.
So he's the first person to do that. I just want to know: do you think that's gonna get him to slicing and dicing real hard?
Here's what I think. I think this. I think if he does get slicing and dicing, it's going to be a thing where a lot of other pitchers are probably going to go, maybe I should start doing that. I think it will catch on. I think if Scherzer comes out and Scherzer plays either average or below average, then it's going to be the argument of, that's why the catchers call the pitches. You know what I mean? I think it's however this works out, they're going to paint that narrative. But in my personal opinion, I think he is going to be slicing and dicing. I think that him having more control over the pitches that he has, knowing that he's a 2-time Cy Young winning, 3-time Cy Young winning pitcher, so he knows that he can trust his stuff and what it's going to do to the batter that he's facing. So I would say that I think he's going to be slicing and dicing. What about you? You think so?
I think he's about to cut up.
I would have to say I agree. So last night was the first night of the World Baseball Classic, and you better bet your buttery ass that I was texting Jesse at 12 p.m. when it started, up to 4 a.m. when the game was over. I swear to God, you can fact check him.
I was feeding Lucius like.
So it was a good game, and the biggest reason why is because Jesse's pick was Cuba, mine was Netherlands, and they just decided to play each other in the first game. So off the bat, you got a good matchup, and it was a great game. And then today, you watched Panama win 12-5. So the World Baseball Classic has been starting off hot. It's been starting great, and it feels good to watch competitive baseball again.
We don't
These crowds, the Chinese Taipei crowd, one of the wildest crowds I've seen in baseball. I have never seen. While they're pitching, they have a guy on the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, is he trying to distract the pitcher, or is he trying to hype him up because it's going the whole time? And I'm like, this is crazy. But the entire time they're doing this, the announcers are telling me, oh, just wait till they bat. Okay? Chinese Taipei goes up to hit. My fucking God, they got a guy, and I realize. Good man. And I realized what the guy is doing is he's shouting out different fucking chants to the crowd for every player that comes up. And they do it. 0-1 count, 0-2 counts, full counts, 3-0 counts. I've never seen a crowd like it. The score is 11-1, Jesse. They had a solo home run. You would have thought they had a walk-off home run. Yeah! Bang, 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 bang. No. It's unreal. And they're down 9.
Dylan, other countries do baseball better than the United States does baseball.
100%. 100%. You're down by 9 runs and you're celebrating like you just won the World Series, and I love it. So the international baseball atmosphere,
I think international baseball atmosphere is much better because in the United States, people treat baseball like it's fucking golf.
It's just so regular.
You're supposed to sit there and like not make any noise while your team is batting until something good happens.
All right, Tyler, I want you to stay in here though.
Dumb as hell.
My final thing that I have is more of a question, and I feel like you can answer. So, if you had to show somebody one moment to convince them to watch baseball, hey, it's actually not that bad. Just watch this one game, just this one play, this one moment. What would you show them? I'll start.
And Mateo Ordonez fucking walk-off home run against the Oakland Athletics.
That's a pretty good one, obviously, and that's for Detroit. I would say 2016 or 2017 World Series, Game 7, Cleveland and the Cubs. Just watch that Game 7. That's what I would say. Jesse, what about you?
I'd tell them, how would I? Tell them to make. They can't just watch a game to get the vibes. Let's go to one. We travel to Toronto.
Watch a Blue Jays game?
Yep. Make them look at it in person. We can leave whenever you want.
You set them up so well where you know what you do, you go to the Rogers Center and you get them the hotel. You don't even have to leave your hotel. You can watch the whole fucking game from your room. And then there's no way they won't be back. Because even if they're having a bad time, okay, just turn on the fucking TV and watch something else. I'm going to keep watching the game. That's the perfect place to go. I have to say I agree.
I didn't know it was like that in Toronto. I got to go.
Toronto, that was one of the things because when me, Tyler, and my family, we were in Canada and they showed us a tour of the Rogers Center, that was one of the things that they pointed out. Like the whole middle outfield and the center field Ordonez. Yeah, that would be the moment. And I would have to say that was one of the best moments in Detroit Tiger history, if not the best. Okay. With that, that concludes all the sports that we have for you on this Wednesday, and that concludes all the information that we have to bring you. So, the next time that we will be talking to you, beautiful people, will be next Wednesday, probably around the same time. If you want to catch up on all of the sports knowledge that you might have missed, or there's some other podcasts that, you missed in the past, go over to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast on YouTube or on Twitch at Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. If you want to follow us on Twitter or on Instagram, that's at Ride the Tide 586. If you want to get the merchandise from Six Pack Coverage or see some other cool podcasts, like you see this little logo up here, you're going to head over to sixpackcoverage.com. That's where you can get all of that. Like I said before, next time we will be joining you will be next Wednesday. Everybody out there, have a great night. I'm McDilly. Peace.